Okay, rubbing our hands, of course, early this morning. We're almost 6 minutes to 6 a.m. in the United States of America on the East Coast. And welcome, welcome. It's going to be kind of a track and follow a little bit. Very curious to see how the trade is motivated this morning. There's a lot of the news almost kind of feels a little fractured coming into the trade this morning. So I thought, well, we'll at least get it archived. These moves coming through the trend lines, the free market equilibrium, and once again trying to kind of recapture the full retrace. So I'll be on and off the mic, and what I will do is go ahead and toss in the disclaimer so you guys kind of know that I'm live, but I'm not on the mic. And we have the Ruby on the BTC USD, the 5 minutes, so we get a little bit of a tick by tick. I also have the beta up, the RSI, the beta, and then of course I'm checking on how the Discord is doing. We have a really cool basket of names, and I thought it might be a good idea for me to share those names with the YouTube. I've got a few things on deck today. I want to tell you about the Patreon and how that got launched last night. Exciting for us, and also the recovery from the Discord hack. And I did hear back from the team at Discord, and so I have a few things to say about that. Other than that, let's just kind of ease in to where price is right now. I'll get some levels for you guys in just a moment, and just relax. Okay, let's get this kind of started here. On for about 17 minutes. And hi, everybody. I think we're pretty much situated to get going here. All right, so who has an idea of what happened yesterday? You sort of kind of have a little bit of an idea? If not, let's go ahead and we'll pull the chart out just a little teeny bit to the 1 hour. And you can see that after hitting the upper trend line a couple of times, the trade did start to fall and begin its ruby short, which is what happened right there. And actually ended up being an apex high from a prior print, of which I probably should get a date on. So why don't we do a little bit of housekeeping while we're live? And that would be this one right here. And that would be the date of the 27th of December. So let's pick up that line. Let's make sure that we've got that. And it says apex high 12/27. Is that right? Did I get that right? 2017. I think so. Check it again. 27th, yes, 2017. So we go okay on that one. So we have an idea of how long ago that was. It's an apex high that it picked up. And of course, it went right through. This is pretty typical of, especially the, the extended highs. They're very good areas of the chart to go ahead and snap a line on. So that's why we have that one there. It's an apex of 12/27. So you'll notice, in fact, I'll zoom in just a little bit here so you guys can see this. The apex high, which is this line right here, runs directly through this area where Ruby crossed. Okay, and that's they're pretty typical, actually, of the way that Ruby reads the price. You'll notice that I put a Fibonacci swing, and this is a Fibonacci swing from a low here, I believe, to the high up here. Actually, I'll move it a little closer so we can see it a little bit better. But it's a low from a tag, the lower trend line, and I just ran it up all the way so that we could get the lower, hence the lower lines, okay, the lower levels for the Fibonacci as prices coming down through. All right, so that's the top part. The next one, of course, would have been a recent low, and we would have got that from, I believe, this line right here, which was the recent low, to see what would it actually go through that, and clearly it did. And then we had all of our other levels, the 51, the 96, and then the free market line that came through, which would have been from prior peaks and valleys and so forth that I get the free market equilibrium line from. It went through the 96, and then of course it came down and through and did a lot of threading, tremendous amount of bobbing and weaving inside of this lower trend line that we see there. Remember, this is on the 2 hour, so let me zoom into the 1 hour. And you can see there's a tremendous amount of bobbing and weaving and volatility and difficult, right? Not difficult for the player, but difficult for not only the health of the instrument, but it does wear on the it does wear out a trader quite a bit. So, but of course, they are ready to do business this morning. And so we're looking at a few levels here. We have a nice wick down, actually, that took us to the low of 14,000. I think we put that over at the Discord too, that the 14,000 print had been taken up. And then we went through, and I believe the high took us to, if you can believe it, the high was 15,384. So if you had taken the $14,000 print, that was a nice scalp. I know it seems crazy that we would have a scalp that's over $1,000, but that is Bitcoin, so you might as well go ahead and get used to it. Came back through around, did a lot of bobbing and weaving once again at this lower trend line that establishes this massive triangle, actually. And then now prices now come down and through and is doing all sorts of probably going to be a little wacky stuff, all the way from the time of day that it is now all the way to the New York Open. That's that's kind of my projection on what price will do. We'll go ahead and get into the 30-minute so you can kind of get an idea of how the slope happened. There's the Ruby cross, there's the 96, the ledge up, the follow through, little ledge, follow through, little ledge, follow through, and a lot of deciding whether or not the 243 was going to hold. 243 in this case was right at the 382 level. Once that broke, it really doesn't have too much more that it can do except for be forced to reconcile itself down at the lower Fibonacci. 14302 would have been where a lot of money would have been sitting there wondering whether or not they should take it for the long. It's called the bounce. But of course now here we are, and the trade itself is really kind of rolling over, and it does look as though it wants to readdress the full retrace, which is just good for the shorts, miserable for the longs. Very difficult to decide if you're going to just have a buyer's attitude. You're either getting Bitcoin at a very reasonable price, 6 months, 8 months down the road, and then you'd be looking back and going, why didn't I? Why didn't I? But everyone is being very cautious. It's the beginning of the year. No one wants to pay too much. And the earnings season, in a way, won't really start to heat up now for another month or so. So we may not see a lot of tremendous buying energy in January. So let's go ahead and get a little tighter in, because it's always fun to see the market move on a tick by tick. And everybody kind of knows where these lines are coming from, so we don't have to repeat ourselves. So here it comes through. This is the trend line. There's the free market equilibrium. Free market equilibrium is challenged, and then the trade moved off. This is a very typical left shoulder, right apex, and then of course the right shoulder is being put in right now. Expectation usually is that we'll hit for a double bottom, because the abbreviated right shoulder sometimes is just not enough to get through the apex and then come back around and be managed up here again at the trend line. And if my voice is a little deep and dark, I apologize. I've been working kind of hard on getting the Discord up and going, and then of course the Patreon up and going, which is really excited. I'm very excited to get that project live and launched, and I'm learning a little bit. I watched a Phil DeFranco video about his experiments over at Patreon, and the emotion that goes on when you decide to go over to a Patreon site. But I'm hearing more and more that it's really a good idea to have a cautionary bias about the platforms the way that they are. We are in the queue to be monetized here on YouTube to the tune of about 2 cents per video, and I'm sure that you can, you're probably matching up the math for the instrument that I'm in versus the 2 cents. But what I get out of it, of course, is it's a method to journal and to narrate what I'm seeing in the market, which is actually basically YouTube is paying me to hit the big red button and come live with you guys, and then I really enjoy it. It has been there's not a day that I don't learn a little bit more about the technology, maybe a technique from another streamer. So it's all fine and good. And for the most part, everyone that I've met in the streaming life, people that are just hooked on this sort of method of meeting people, have been, really positive influences in my life. I've learned certain things that I just maybe didn't know about business and especially the entrepreneurial side of business as they navigate tech. So it's been a good thing. The Patreon we really waited. The very first time we loaded up Patreon would have been 2 years ago, in the May-ish area of the year, when the cookbook was actually delivered to us, and it was like obvious that, okay, maybe we should go on to Patreon and get together with some people that know about Patreon, get involved just a little teeny bit just to see. And for whatever reason, I just could not wrap my brain around the stumbling blocks of why was I there? What did I want to see happen? And I think that I've learned quite a bit that maybe I could be of some help to people. And so over at the Patreon, the outreach was always to help and share with other self-publishers some of the things that we learned in working with blurb.com to publish the cookbook, and also what it's like to have, your vision board going on for the next book. And it is supposed to be a series of cookbooks that we're doing. And even though it's cookbooks, it has a lot to do with, self-management and discipline and timelines. And it's just, everyone has a book in them. And, I think that maybe there's a certain something that we learned about it, and we might not be the best, teachers in the whole wide world about book publishing, but we did go through it. And we're now we have the soft cover now. So we went back inside of the software and redid the format and made a list of minor changes that we had after getting the hardback. And so we've just learned a lot. So whether it's a cookbook or, I've often talked about the Trade Like the Buddha book that I would love to get out, and where we're, talking about the metaphors of the trade. And so, there's always a book in someone. And so that's what we hope to do, is just put together a small group of people that want to get together for a couple of hours and talk about book publishing and some of the things that we've learned that might help others. And then, of course, learn from others from their struggles. So that's where we're at with that. And as far as the what's happening over at the Discord, we did hear back from them, and it's a pretty dry response. They do not police, and I'll talk more about exactly what they said. And of course, there's nothing you can do. I think the part that is most, I wasn't asking for a policeman. I was asking to get my property back, and that's different. I completely understand. Of course, they said, well, if you didn't protect your property, sort of kind of like, you deserve to have it taken from you. But still, they have to have the property somewhere in their files. And to say that they don't even have anything, that there's nothing left of all the charts, all the links, all the commentary, all the involvement that was going on. And, so I might write them back and just, push them a little bit more, that it seems like incredulous to me that they would not have, especially since I contacted them right away. I didn't let anything degrade because I didn't know what to do. And they're saying that they don't, it's just not part of their workflow to even restore anything. I may see if we can get the name back, or we just let it go for what it is. And and there will always be makers, and there will always be takers. I cannot change that. I don't seek to change that. But when you are a taker, to take 100% of everything that I have, that makes you a greedy bastard. And nothing is going to change that, and nothing is going to change you from having that sort of attitude in your life. And more than likely, you're not going to be very good in the trade with that kind of attitude. So moving over to what is known as the beta chart, been doing. We added the tether, the USDT USD Kraken tether, and I guess there's some talk about, does the value of the tether run in cycle with the spot market, and what could we learn from that? And there were some interesting things, actually, some divergences that we saw. The fact that tether does actually kind of grind its way on the graph through price. And, tether goes down, the spot goes up, tether goes down, but the spot goes down, tether goes up, but the spot goes down. So there might be something in there. I don't know exactly. We're going to keep it on because actually the tether went from, when I first loaded up the tether price is at 96 cents. And now, of course, it's at one spot 0099. And I found that kind of fascinating, that it would actually move. Of course, in the Forex market, that would be considered on the pip scale, pretty interesting kind of moves. So we'll go ahead and keep it on. I know the chart is very busy. Please don't worry about it. It's really meant as a demonstration, and we're still working very hard on trying to figure out, the areas of interest that can help guide to a better trade. Okay, let's get over to the basket, what we are calling the basket. Pretty exciting stuff with the basket. I'll go ahead and leave the beta chart up. Grab the basket right now. You guys are going to really think this is pretty interesting. And we'll let the market, the API work, and get into the basket. So Sunday, between Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening, we did a kind of an all-purpose view of all the altcoins. And we started with altcoin number 200, and we worked our way up and down to almost the 400s. And we arrived at a list of 10 instruments. And I will tell you what the 10 are, and then I will tell you what the price point is right now. So we went with Pura, and that's P-U-R-A. We went with a company called Presearch, or Pre, E-R-E. Aventus, AVT. Library Credit, LBC. EDO, or EDO, E-D-O. Melon, MLN is your ticker. Decent, DCT. Modem, MODUM. Mode, MOD is the ticker. iCoin, ICX. And Game, GTC, of course, all against the tether, meaning that the tether is also included as part of the graph. So we put our current price. We put the name that's used, of course, with the CoinMarketCap API, which is, once you have that list going, I think you've got a pretty neat library for yourself if you're using Excel or Google Sheets. We have the current P&L, the number of shares divided by the $10,000 basket, and the number of shares, the current value, and then, of course, on the other side is the ticker again. And I know last night we had gone over $500 in the current value. Also during the day yesterday, the Pura had gone into the high 400s. We did not sell out of Pura, we kept Pura. And then, of course, today, and this morning, we've whacked off another $200 and some. There is only one winner, a Pura at $220 to the upside, LBC, which is library credits, at $27, Melon at $36, a Modem at $344, and ICX at $94, and every other pair is in the negative. But this is a basket that's supposed to last for the entire week, and we can golden parachute out of the name, but we cannot replace the name. And so we're just not in the cycle of managing it too well. But that's Pura, Pre, AVT, LBC, EDO, Melon, Decent, Modem, iCoin, Game. Those are the 10 that are called the basket. The basket. And you can't see too much of it over here on YouTube, except for that you can go over to the Discord. And all you have to do is reach out to me if you want to be made part of the Discord. So that's what that's all about. And what I might be able to do, if you wanted me to, is I could take a picture. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and take a picture because then it'll be documented. And we'll take a picture, and I've actually got the other pictures too. So what I might want to do is create a file so we can see the picture all at once. And what I'll do, okay, we're going to be bringing the charts down so the Hangout will go dark. And let me open this up, nice and big. And I'll throw this on so you guys can see. And there we go. So that should look pretty nice once we get it live. So give me just a moment to fiddle with that. Fiddle, 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 right? Okay. Screen cap. Screen cap, please. Okay, there we go. All right. So this is the little cheat sheet that we built. Sent to everyone. And we'll play with the colors and that sort of thing. But you can see right hidden in this cell here is the API for coin market cap. Here are the symbols. We did a couple breaks in here just in the event that we needed to add a little bit more data. The current price, once again, another column in the event that we had to maybe sell off on a name or take another action on a name. Here's the name used, that is the actual physical name that's used in the API, the purchase price, the current P&L, number of shares divided into the $10,000, and the current value. So the number down here is where our basket stands right now. In the positive, $10,000 plus $322.17 after, well, let's just say, one full business day. And we'll keep that up for maybe just a little bit so you guys can kind of see what that's all about. And let me see. Is the Nightbot? Did the Nightbot stop? Let's make sure the Nightbot is working. Do the rolls again. Okay. Seems to be working fine. All right, that's good. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get the charts up. You guys can see those. Let's see if this works. This will be an application window on top of another file. Let's see if I can actually get those to work. Oh, good. Good. So the application window is behind the big picture, and then here is the tabbed charts. Okay, I have to remember that. So down below is the basket, and then up above on top of it is the charts. The trade right now is 14,897, and yeah, that's what's going on here. Looks like we put in a little bit of a low print for the Elliott, and this is just one of those little minuets, little semi pieces of the Elliott. Of course, it came out of Bollinger Bands. It does try and do its best to come back inside of Bollinger Bands. Oh, we can see the divergence of the tether. Although tether is coming down and price is coming up. And then we'll come on over here, price is going up. And so it's trying to register that right leg. Once again, we've been getting a lot of these very kind of wily right legs that will carry the trade up. But it's this line right there that the trade really has to start its little power move to go up and through the free market. And if it is to be, it'll try and defend itself up here. There's enough activity, and of course enough, there's 3 hours until the US market opens, so still got a little bit of time to do good. Let me see, what else do I have for you guys? Um, hmm, I don't know, I guess I just wish that maybe we could kind of start to sort through these headlines. I think we're doing a pretty good job over at the Discord, curating some of the headlines. I think that many of us still are very attracted to the expose, the legal documents, and I'm very interested in making sure that we read the documents that are coming out through municipalities and the commissions that are run by the states. I think it's important that we know how to digest those documents. I had heard today on the BitConnect side of life that one of the programs that they had to encourage new people interested was to get them involved in like this little educational opt-in. And one of the big promoters, I guess, called the other promoters and said, listen, it might be a good idea for us to pull this off the shelf. And we are not going to be using that particular method of advertising. And, of course, the word is, shilling or promoting our product is through the through the educational portal. So that got pulled from the shelf, but I did notice that it wasn't pulled from everyone's shelf. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But that's exactly how multi-level is, in case you didn't know. You could have an upline who doesn't think the same way as another leg of the upline, or it can be delayed. The higher ups will tell one leg to do it one way, and then will tell the other leg to do it the other way. And it's actually a very interesting dance of, who's on first, who should be told what to do, what's the next best move. And it did feel to me as though that they were trying to maybe do a little bit of a cleaning up. So this whole idea that the cease and desist emergency order was not directed towards the BitConnect that has become highly popularized on YouTube is insane. Clearly, it is being directed towards the BitConnect that we now know on YouTube and the personas that are on YouTube that most of us are fairly familiar with the names and faces and the techniques that they use to get people to sign on up underneath them for the affiliate money. As for affiliates, yesterday we did the BitMEX. BitMEX is having a very big giveaway. And this is kind of an interesting little twist. So I decide that I'll, put the poster out there and offer up that if you've got a BitMEX affiliate, let me know. Because the only one that I have, I actually reached out to the Mumble and I'm not getting any action from them. But it's not like I have a huge channel or anything like that, but it's just to kind of show that there isn't, when you're part of a no guru outreach, that you use one person's affiliate and you introduce your listeners to that person, and then you get another person's affiliate. You kind of do that sort of tribal approach. So rather than keeping it all, private Idaho and only one, because maybe you want to do business with one person and not another person, and it's up. I think it should be the individual's right to be able to walk through the door with that affiliate link and know that you have a relationship with the person that you've done it with. Because to think that it's an organization that you have an affiliate with, even though the affiliate can have an organizational name, guaranteed there is a real life person at the end of the payout, no doubt. So it's always a good idea to know who you're doing business with, because some of those affiliate links, they will stick with your account forever and forever. So you could bring like your entire family, but it will be very difficult for you to get an affiliate link for your family because you'll be stuck in the sticky gooey bits of affiliate, the whole science of affiliates. So what happened was, just the days going by, and I keep getting these messages on one of the videos, and so people are just flinging their Bitcoin address, right? And I'm like, what part of this did you not understand? I don't want your Bitcoin address. I want your BitMEX affiliate link. But I got a real rise out of that. It's like, I guess there's just, I know that I've seen it in chat rooms before where people will just, fling around their affiliate link. I've always kind of found it rather humorous that they would use that sort of attitude towards Bitcoin, as though almost like here's like a throwaway link, and maybe it'll stick. Maybe somebody will just grab it because they feel like it, and send me some Bitcoin. So anyway, I'm looking for your BitMEX affiliate links, guys, in order to showcase this incredible contest. Now, whether it's going to last with BitMEX, with all the different kinds of news and restrictions and guidelines and all of that are going on right now, I hope that it survives. It's a $100,000 giveaway, and there's different ranks of how you can qualify to win. So, it's always fun to see a big splashy poster. In some ways, I don't think it really fits, but I do understand that it's kind of a New Year's, it's a new year, new you attitude, and I don't think that they mean anything, but I don't think that they mean any kind of weird thing by it whatsoever. I think it's just a reach out to the greater community to have some fun and do that with them. So I could, if I was so inclined, to find the poster and see where I put it. Right, so why don't we go ahead and we'll take the Hangout down for just a moment. So Hangout. There we go. Just watch the big red button. And I think I put it under banners, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure I did. And I just have to look for it. Give me just a moment. Give me just a second. If it's not under banners, I can grab it from the website too again. I'd rather not make another copy of it if I can find it. So it's either banners. Let me see if it's here. I opened up a new folder yesterday. And we're looking for the BitMEX big splashy, the big splashy banner too, by the way. Okay, it's not in that folder. And on the other folder I know, I'll go to OBS. And I have a feeling, oh man, see, it should have been in the OBS folder. So the moment that I find it, I will put it in there for sure. And let's go today, yesterday. It would have been yesterday, right? Okay. Well, this is it would be. Of course. Oh, there it is, right there. I found it. Yeehaw. Right here. What I'll do is I'll put it in the OBS folder as soon as I'm done with it. Make it nice and big so you guys can see it. Well, it acts as a pretty interesting thumbnail too, but I'm noticing that my thumbnails aren't holding up like they really should. We just have dust on the chart right now, so it's not like I'm keeping you guys from anything. I'm going to do an application window, and here's the giveaway. the BitMEX. And if you go to the website, you can kind of see the levels of the giveaway. But that is it right there. Look at that big splashy giveaway. It's with the Cardano. And so it's kind of a combination of BitMEX and Cardano working together for this big splashy giveaway of $100,000. If you guys want me to look up the rules, I will. Give me a moment, I'll do that right away. And BitMEX giveaway. Let's see. Yes. All right. First of all, you do have to be, the giveaway is for the ADA, which is the Cardano F18 contract. So it's on the futures contract. Go ahead and I'll put this over in YouTube so you guys can see it. So you do have to be, that's the under, how they describe the contract and the contest requirements. They launched a contract, the ADA BTC, fixed date contract, also known as the ADA F18. And the newly launched ADA-F contract comes with incentives for traders. And then here are the prizes offered in the contest rules. I'll read them to you right now. Happy New Year. It says to celebrate, BitMEX is giving away $100,000 in prizes. To win, simply trade the new Cardano ADA-F 18 contract on BitMEX, and you could win a grand prize of up to $50,000, even with just one trade. You could win one of the 5 randomly selected $5,000 prizes. It started on the 8th, which was yesterday at 8 a.m. UTC, and it will end Monday, January 15th, 2018 at 11:59 p.m. UTC. And the prizes are like this. The lowest prize is the lucky 5,005 winners. Any trader who trades at least one Cardano ADA-F 18 contract enters a random draw to win one of the 5,000 USD prizes. The next one is called the profit winner. That prize is $25,000. And the trader who has the largest profit from trading the Cardano ADA-F 18 contract will receive 25,000 US dollars. The next one is the volume winner. That prize is $50,000. And the trader who trades the largest amount of Cardano ADA-F 18 contracts will receive 50,000 US dollars. And they give a pretty decent QR code. And then they say cheers and the BitMEX team. And then there's some terms and conditions. One is that BitMEX reserves the right to cancel or amend the giveaway or giveaway rules at our sole discretion. 2, users who engage in market manipulation will be excluded from the contest. This determination will be made at the sole discretion of BitMEX. 3, profit is defined as realized profit in XBT terms of all trades where the trade was opened and closed during the contest period window. 4, no user can win more than one prize. 5, winner will be notified via email the first January 17th, 2018. And 6, all awards are paid out in Bitcoin at the prevailing price of the BXBT index at January 15th, 2018, 11:59 UTC. So it is pretty cool. And they call it the ADA competition. I'll go ahead and I'll put a link in the chat box. There we go. Link a link. There we go for that. All right. Okay, so I've shown you charts, I've shown you the BitMEX, I showed you the basket, and then how about a little peek into what we're doing over at Discord. Pretty excited about being over there. And let's see if I should, I'll go Discord here. Discord here. And let me see who's over there right now. That wouldn't mind. Trying to think of a way. I think I can like get rid of names if I do that. Yes. Okay, so that provides a little bit of privacy for everyone. That's a good thing. And let me push it out to another link up here. All right. So my peeps are all kept private and cozy. And we will, let me see, bring this up. And bring that up. And change the hangout. Okay, let's see. Where is it? Right here. Hangouts. Go into the big red button and go into the Discord. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the Discord. I think it's really shaping up right now. You'll notice on the right-hand side that I did a search for books. And so that covers up, if I'm not mistaken, I guess I better go to YouTube to make sure, that puts some little privacy veil over the members as they are today. And we're just keeping one simple timeline, hashtag ChartChatConnect, and everything is in this one simple timeline. And then we have a couple of voice channels that are open on the left. And we've put together some roles, not rules yet, but roles. I think that this is one thing that when I'm sharing with people about Discord, you know, that don't worry about the rules, right? Don't worry about who your moderators are. Make certain that your channel is protected. And the best thing, at least that I found out, is that the founder or the admin should really be responsible for everything until you can find that good balance between where you think maybe the server will go based on the members and of course getting their feedback constantly about, you know, the kind of experience that they want to have on a Discord. So this is it right now. You can see that we have a books area and a lot of links and a lot of chart. Won't mind your eyes for just a moment. But we're putting news and we're putting more information about Discord. Here's the basket all the way back. And we're trying to keep things where, you know, we're using the bolding technique to show you the minute and just very, you know, minimal, very quick kind of narration. And then, of course, because we have the voice channels, we're able to talk about any particular chart, which is really kind of the flow that it should be. And we're also finding new alternative coins and new different kinds of news. And so actually, you know, it's really, I think it's coming along. Not just all Ruby, and which is just great. We actually have what's called a chart guild. And for those people that are really into posting charts, you know, that they're honored that way. And yeah, it's considering, you know, that what we're 3 days old since the hack, I think that we're doing okay. And I think that our spirits are up. And one by one, of the 25 people that were made part in the very, very early moments of ChartChatConnect, you know, they'll find their way, or I hope they find another home where they're happy and they're learning. If not, and you can hear me, just go ahead and ask for an invite. And if you're in the replay, you can always write to me over at over on Twitter. Okay, so let me get rid of the ad, the big ad. Let's toss that out. And let me see here. Yeah, so that's the Discord. Love it. I really do. I think it's a very, very nice. The interface is fantastic, and all the different things that you can do over there is fantastic. But what I will not do, what I will never do, is expect that anything that I'm putting in any of these channels is actually mine and mine forever and forever. I think that this is that's a good segue to when you go out to, let's say, a Patreon or a super chat or anything, that the amount of material that has been lost to a banning, or in this case, a hack. My website has been hacked before. My Twitter's been hacked. And going onto a site in which the relationship that you have is, hashtag, if you want a relationship with me, put it on the blockchain. It ends up where all of these things, because we're sharing with each other, that nothing that I presented to you and nothing that you presented to me is truly lost. It's all still there. Very rarely. I mean, I'm inventing things all the time. And today I was even over at GitHub, and I was like, wait a minute, is this safe? And then I have to realize that if it's meant for someone to take, this is what I was telling the pirate trolls, if you're here to take, that makes you a taker. That's all. It's nothing more than that. It sucks, and you suck, but it just makes you a taker. And it certainly doesn't take me away from being a maker. Now, does it sting a little bit? Do you wonder, my gosh, what did I really lose? Well, in a way, even in a trash heap, there are certain cultures that find building materials and utensils and fabric and, like even in a garbage heap. So wherever it is, it's still there and it's still mine. It's just in the hands of people that are takers. That's it. It's really not any different than, just taking that 35,000-foot view of, the world around you and really what's going on, and so that you can settle yourself and not be so in angst over recovering those things that are lost. Because in all, dust to dust, right? Nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. And people want to take. It just means that there's two parts of our life. There are takers and there are makers. And that's all that there is to it, really. So that's the Discord. And I guess we're getting some ideas on new malware that's been discovered. So let me go ahead and I think I'll go ahead and, because it's almost 2 minutes to 7 and we've been streaming for an hour, why don't I go ahead and kind of wrap things up? And I think it's probably a little early for everybody. And you pretty much know what's going on. You know how to reach me. And yeah, and. Look at that. All the ands and all the stuff that I brought to you today. It's super, super cool. Thank you very much, YouTube, for having me. Thank you for, providing a very sturdy and stable platform where I can come and hit the red button and go live and maybe reach a few people. It's really marvelous. So remember, hashtag make money with beauty. And most of all, hashtag, if you want a relationship with me, put it on the blockchain. I'll see you in the trade, everybody. Bye-bye now.